Okay, Can Am Spyder F3. This is a 2015, changing the front pulley due to the red dust of death. Now that I'm done this job, I'll just make a few comments. It was very easy. I think it's a number 5 Allen T to get that part off. And I think it was a T30 Torx to get this little thing off to remove the belt. So I took that cover off, and some of the things that I used to do the job, I actually used the Torx, the torsion bar that I used to change the tires on my car to remove and to put the bolt back on. I used a car jack to back up the back tire when needed. I used a 3-point gear puller which broke, and I had to jimmy jang with a new bolt in there, and it still barely worked. Some Molly extreme pressure grease, which is ridiculous. You have to buy a whole tube for a toothpaste size amount. And some 5/8, I forget the name of these things, that actually broke on me, and I'll get to that. So a quick recap of what I did before I show you some of the video. Took that off, took the cover down there off, jacked up the tire, made sure it was in neutral, loosened the bolt first, jacked up the tire a centimeter, made sure it was in neutral, walked the belt off, and then set to work on trying to remove the pulley. Very difficult job. Almost gave up. I mean, it was very difficult for mine to come off after 55,000 kilometers and wear down. I almost gave up, which would have been really sad. I'd have to take it back to the dealer and literally wait a month for them to get to it. But in the end, I did succeed, and the new one went on quite easy, and walked it all back on, and jacked the back end up a few times up and down to stop the tire from turning and or put it in neutral or park. So hopefully this video helps.
All right, trying to take off the belt. Just took off that little piece, 2 little Torx bolts under there, number 30, I believe. I'm gonna try. I tried walking it off without that. It's just the tire's just off the ground a bit with this jack, and it's in neutral, and I'm just kind of pulling it this way. I'm trying to walk off the belt. Kind of comes off pretty easily. You can see it back here already coming off. Oh, getting a bit tight. Got it. Whew. Right. Now that I got the belt off, I will continue with trying to get that off because of the terrible, 55,000 kilometers. Okay, it took a half an hour or more painstaking to get this pulley off. I was almost ready to give up. Here is the old one. Again, 55,000 kilometers. I'm guessing that's about 42,000 miles. I think that's amazing it lasted that long. And here's what a new one looks like. Old, new. And over here, you can see just how much. I guess it's a little bit tricky with the light like that. How much dust. I haven't really scraped it off too much yet. It's going to be on that. It was really hard to get off. Like I said, I almost gave up. My 3-point pulley broke halfway through it. That's when I was really sad. One of the bolts actually broke, so I jerry-rigged. Didn't have a bolt, so I put a new screw through it there and taped it in. I pulled it. I left the bolt. So I had to screw in the bolt, and I pulled this out till it was very tight. Didn't dare go any tighter lest I break the bolts again. And then once that was pulling on it quite tight, I had 2 hammers One was up here, one was at the bottom, and to get the bottom one to work, I actually had to put something like this down here to make leverage for the hammer. In the end, the best spot I think was over here, kind of up underneath. And when I was pulling tight, and finally the hammer, I felt a little bit loose, and then I kept going and kept going. Eventually, it came loose enough, and then the 3-point pulley pulled it the rest of the way.